So that's the beginning of the Adelaide Grand Prix. I was on pole position, having Mansell beside me. We were all very worried about the first corner with a potential accident, but Mansell took well the lead. He did a good start, and I had to drop to second place. But 3 corners later I saw a spot and I went for it. Everyone was clear on the start, and now you see that I tried the overtaking maneuver by the inside, and there was room for only one car. So when Nigel tried to keep up by the outside, we had some moment there. But that's racing anyway. So Keck took the advantage of that moment to take the lead, and then on the straight he was already clear from me, as you see there. And the main thing on that track was to keep the brakes alive, especially at the beginning of the race with the cars with full tanks, 45 gallons of fuel, and with a lot of heat. So tires and brakes were the critical thing there in Adelaide. At the beginning of the race I kept together with Keke for several laps, but then I started to have some rear tire problems and I dropped a little bit. In the meantime, Mansell on the first lap stopped with some problems, and then later Prost takes Alboreto, who was with some rear tire problems, and 2 corners later Surer does the same thing. So Alboreto lost 2 positions in 2-3 corners. So Prost was lying third ahead of Surer, and that was Helio, who was black flag from the organizers, and Jones didn't have a very good race there. He was doing well through the race, but then had a mechanical problem, and Prost the same, the engine failure. As you can see, a lot of smoke there. But anyway, it was not a bad year for Prost. Really the world champion. So that time I was coming to Keck again, and I did a mistake there. Hit the curb under brake and then went over the other curb, having a big moment. But the car held together nice, very strong car. There you see. I knew that there was a big runoff area there as I walked around the track 2 days before, so it really helped the situation at that moment. Then Keck slowed down dramatically when I never expect, and I end up hitting him from behind, losing half of the airfoil, and at the same time he was in for tires, and it was a big moment, really difficult to control the car with half of the airfoil. So when I was coming to the pits, the car went straight in the corner. I just lost completely the front, and I lost not only the car but the pit entrance completely, so I had to do an extra lap again to come in for tires and the new front nose. Surer, who was coming third, quite strong at this moment, had a moment with a back marker and had a suspension problem, a tire problem. When I was coming to the pits, Rosberg was already with me again, so as I slowed down very much to the inside line, he goes around the outside and take me. So I must say, at that moment my mechanics did a very good job. In 25 seconds they only not changed the tires but also the front nose, and the car was handling perfect like the beginning of the race after this repair. And when I come back on the track, I was then lying third place behind Lauda and Keke, and with new tires, so I had a very quick pace and start to push Lauda. And eventually I go through him on the straight, but with my rear tires graining already, so I was losing speed at that time of the race. And later Lauda fight back and take me again. At this moment Keck comes for a second pit stop, so I take the lead momentarily. And Keck come back in third place, pushing quite strong. And Lauda then fight me back and take me in the same way as I did to him earlier. But for a very short time, because he had then some brake problems, and at the end of the main straight line, he has a brake failure and hit the wall. But he was well with his car, nice with his car, with the tires, and at the same time Keke was coming very strong with new tires. Now you see Lauda, he will have a problem there. The car just pulls to the left when he hit the brakes. So that was the end of it. The last race of Nick Lauda for 85. And then Keke comes very strong from behind, but he was also in some tire trouble already at that moment, so it would have been a good fight, I believe. But the engine of my car expired at that moment there on the straight, so I slowed down, put my arm up, so to let him aware that I was slowing down and avoid any further problems. And from there on, Keke just went away and had a nice win. My team still tried to repair the problem with the engine, but it was impossible. It was inside failure on the V6, and that was it. The engine was still running, but only in 3 cylinders instead of 6. Keke then, with such a good lead, decided to stop for a new set of rubber only on the rear to make the safer race. And then the two Ligiers were fighting each other, and on the last lap, as you just seen, hit each other, nearly pushed themselves out. And then Keke then have a nice win, certainly a good way to finish a season, and a race which he really deserves to win.